Hi, I'm Kevin, and this is my project management for the unofficial project management summary on chapter 4, particularly the project management, the risk management and the scheduling. So, for the risk management portion of it, what it talks about is to identify what are the risks that we're dealing with. So, for example, if we're starting a company and we don't get like a quite enough candidates for a new location, that would be a risk, and having a budget system, etc. So then he talks about the calculation of what is the risk in terms of impact versus probability. Um, and there's a portion of it where he draws the graph where they are low there are low risks in certain areas that we're dealing with, and that there are ways to handle it. Um, so, for example, I think one part of it he talks about um, communication is like the key of handling with risk, especially with shareholders. If you talk to them about it or you go through with it, then it's much easier to handle and manage. So, for example, he talks about right here, um, what are risks, how significant is it, and what's the strategy to deal with it. And this is how we like plan it out on how to handle these risks once we actually get into it. Um, and then creating project schedules. So project schedules are like he talks here about using like Excel note or a piece of paper to write down on what are the risks that we're dealing with and how we handle it. So just like that other picture right here, but a much more in-depth version. So to create like a project schedule in the full depth, we have 5 categories: the developing the work breakdown structure, schedule, activity, identify the project team, eliminate duration of tasks, identify critical path. I think I'm just going to talk about these 4 points. So work breakdown is the talk about how a certain task, like when we don't actually know what we're doing, for example, like when we're doing it for the first time, we don't actually know what is it that we're doing. So we just like jot down things that we say, oh, well, moving project has a gap assessment, existing employee, and et cetera, et cetera. And we just point that out. We don't really know the full grasp of it, so we just jotting down small details. Dependency and sequence. So sequence is the idea of dealing task to task from A to B to C to D. So it's like from after you finish A, you do B. After you finish B, you do C. And dependency is what reliant on the previous predecessor. For example, if B requires A, then B can't be the sequence before A, right? Um, yeah, so that's pretty much what dependency is. Work versus duration. I think he gives a really good definition of what he calls work versus duration. So he says work is the time needed to accomplish the task, while duration is the time needed to get the work done. And this accounts for everything that is done. So work can just be a single task item, but duration can be the entire project from overall beginning to end. Critical path is understanding certain aspects of what is considered critical and whether there is a flexibility or not to handle it. Yeah, that's it. That's my review on the book. Thank you.